Hello, this is Attila, and I am the lead battle designer for Ancient Empires, a Rome 2 era mod in Attila. And I just wanted to show you guys something because, well, it really rather interested me in what happened. Usually when you're playing a offensive battle against a defensive AI, maybe the first line will attack you, they'll attack for a little bit, and then the second and third lines will immediately just kind of charge in. But I managed to somehow get the AI to be intelligent and actually use reserves properly. It actually it nearly lost me the battle because I just wasn't expecting it. But I will show you it now and you can see for yourself. It is astounding. As you can see, the enemy are lined up in 3 lines as usual. Or at least for Romans. The new Triari animations for you, by the way. They look quite cool, all kneeling down. And my guys are charging up. So I've just lined up my front line here, and my second line and my third line, and I'm going to move the Hastati forwards to go into contact with their Hastati. Obviously I did some of these things kind of like on purpose to try and get the AI to play nicely. I didn't want them to kind of mess up, so it's not the best gameplay or like, you know, battle strategy I've ever done, so don't expect anything miraculous. I was kind of really rather just testing the AI. Oh, here we go. So yeah, that kind of shocked me. They started moving up back all their reserves, which is odd, but it's not entirely unseen. Anyway, the wedge here, the AI starts using wedges nowadays because they really up the attack and defense of a unit, but they significantly reduce the morale and the missile block chance. So basically, if you're charging against an enemy who has missiles, particularly javelins, you tend to get pin cushioned as you charge against them. Also, if you actually can't break through the unit because you have less morale, you tend to break earlier because of the morale effect of fatigue. So yeah, as you can see, they're kind of just doing a thing right now. Nothing particularly amazing. And here come the Principes, because I have one unit here which is free, so it's decided to actually engage it, so I can't go around the flanks. Obviously I didn't go and do that straight away because I wanted to test the AI. I don't want to, you know, kind of beat them straight away. Not sure what the general's doing. I'm never really sure what the general's doing. The general seems to have an AI of his own, really. Some of the charging animations and new animations I've got for all the Romanized kind of heavy infantry. You can see they're all a lot more kind of close than the usual animations, and obviously I've added a lot more matched animations than is usual in Ancient Empires. So as you see, my actual Hastati here took a bit of a pasting, so I advanced my Principes forward to try and kind of keep the line steady. Then I realised that the enemy second line hadn't moved at all, and their third line was actually kind of moving up as a... well, I don't know really, they just kind of decided to chill out there for some reason. I'm not quite sure. But I mean, they're not attacking though, they're actually sitting there defending, and they refuse to use these reserves unless they're really needed. I'll speed it up a bit here until something interesting happens. So the first of the enemy units started to rout because of their fatigue. So here you can see I'm pulling back my Hastati, who are very tired and probably won't be that great in a fight right now, to put my Principes in the front, so they can kind of really take a bit more of the brunt of the enemy attack. As you can see, the AI now starts to use its reserves. It's pushing forwards the Triari and some space here. As you can see, it's going for those units that are not engaged. I'm not sure if any of them went for this unit now. Did they or not? I'm not sure. The first battle wasn't the greatest in terms of AI, but it still shocked me. The second one, which I'll be showing you in a bit, the hoplite units, they really were something. As you can see, I tried to reform my print space, but they caught me before I could do that. So here you can see they actually start to reform the units. Oh yeah, they've rallied some of the units, who then come and kind of stick in the centre. They've still left this unit exposed for some reason. I don't know if it's just because it's not posing a threat, but I do move that in a bit, I believe, and the enemy then reacts to it. I guess it's just because they didn't perceive it as a threat at that point. As you can see, they've actually reformed their units into this kind of like nice formation here. And then these units here are coming back at a walking pace, because actually when they walk the fatigue regenerates, I guess. Yeah. So they're actually regenerating fatigue there, so they're not running to stop themselves from getting too tired. They send 2 units of Principate here to attack my 1 unit of Principate there. I guess because they're just trying to break it, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, here we go. So I decided to test the AI a bit more. So I brought up my Principes forwards, and then they're sending in their Triarii in response. And that's a picture of that charge. As you can see, the Pila that the Romans throw cause slower attack or slower charges, reduce the attack and shield effects a bit as well. There you go. So they're now engaged. Here you can see Principes and Hastati, who are exhausted, so basically useless at this point, coming up on the side. I also push some Hastati around this side, because I'm going to go around in a second, see if they react to that. You can see they're kind of just stacking their units here while they kind of recuperate. They literally just sit there and don't really do anything while they're getting their energy back. I mean, it's not the most, obviously the most kind of organised of formations here, but the fact that they're actually returning from routing to basically just sit and recuperate until needed is pretty impressive to me. I've never seen that in any Total War game, I think. I mean, maybe in like Napoleon and things like that, but I genuinely haven't seen that. I haven't played Shogun, so I won't be able to say anything on that. Here you can see actually I tried to move these 2 guys back, but these Triari still try to fight them, so I had to replace them with these Hastati, who are a bit more fresh. So obviously this shows how like both I and the AI will replace their fatigued units. Though obviously to replace their fatigued units you have to cause them to rout. But it's kind of a forced mechanic to make the AI kind of clever, I guess. I'm basically kind of, you know, kind of forcing them to be intelligent. You see there, throw those javelins and they charge, formed in a wedge again as usual. I'm not too bothered about that. Here you go, the animations again. Oh look, they've actually reformed these units, so they actually look nice now. I actually didn't realise they did that the first time. Quite impressed by that. So not only do they use the troops who've routed, but they actually then reform them. That's clever. You just need to trigger the AI, I think. You need to trigger them by doing something that makes them do the stuff. Again, kind of forcing the AI to be clever. So here you can see I have flanked the enemy. I'm about to hit these guys in the rear. The AI do respond. I can't remember, I don't think they managed to do it quite in time. Don't know what these guys are doing, apparently they're moving, but they're not. Up here we go, right, yeah. As you can see, I've got 2 units here that are threatening them, and this actually sending 2 units to respond, which is pretty clever. I mean, even though it's a bit slow, it's better than what was before, where they basically just piled in all their units into the first line, and then you could flank them however much you liked, and you would have pretty much no consequence to it. So yeah, very interesting. As you can see, because these guys tried to form wedge and attack me while I was just stood here with a unit full of javelins, they got pincushion, so yeah. I have actually reduced the effect of javelins from then, because this was a few days ago, so I've actually managed to get behind these guys. As you can see, they're being attacked by the rear. True area are pretty steady though, so even though all these things are affecting them, they're only steady right now. Again, the AI is actually managing to attack these guys because they're still threatening, so they sent in yet another unit. Not sure what they did about these guys. Yeah, sometimes they don't always do anything until, like, maybe it's a bit too late. You have to kind of provoke them. But you can see these guys are all fresh because they've been sat there for ages. So my tired unit here is actually going to come off worse because, you know, well, or at least it would have done had I not had loads of javelins. So there you go. I managed to kind of like win this basically just because I had a shit ton of javelins, and not because I was playing well. As you can see here, I've actually been flanked by the enemy because I was attacking these guys in the front, and then they hit me in the side, and now they're wavering. There we go. See, this is the kind of the point where I start to win. Yeah, they don't have many forces. They don't have any reinforcements really left. See these guys here. Oh, they've actually managed to rout my Astarte here, who are being flanked. So yeah, I think I'll kind of wrap it up here. I mean, nothing much more happens here. But yeah, the next video coming up should be the one of the hoplites. A little shorter than this one, I believe, but still just as interesting. So if you want to see that one, I will put a link at the end, and you should definitely go and see it. If you want to test Ancient Empires, just go to the hosted forum for Ancient Empires in the Total War Center, and there should be a thread called Open Test. If you put your name in there, then you will be put basically in a list of people to test out the mod, and then you will be told to give a report in a thread, basically of what you think about it. So yeah, if you found this really interesting and you actually want to give it a try, then I would recommend you do that.